subject to the most exalted vigilant, we must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate.
I'm thinking we go in guns blazing.
Together.
Because I want that achievement.
We cherish all we have and defend it.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
It says enter and the door's shut.
Prudence dictates
Rude.
we reject individualism in all its many forms.
I don't really need anything, but I'm gonna make some stuff just so I have extra armor. Makeshift armor is so good.
That progress sustain the system. Gray gone astray? Book a stay today.
Professor Ostergaard making a mess of things again.
Remember, all subjects prosper.
I, too, would never question the paradigm. Perhaps a brief visit to mental refreshment would put him on track.
All subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Sovereign.
Prudence dictates we rout all disruptive influences.
Let the paradigm worry about tomorrow.
Prudence dictates we repel invasive elements.
You are the right material. Subject to the most exalted vigilant, we must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
Prudence dictates we cherish all.
Invasive elements! They shall be avenged!
Prudence dictates we reject individualism in all its many forms.
Literal ice in their bunks. That's gotta suck.
Stop my damn! I'll keep it down.
Oh, I feel terrible. Everybody who ate the latest Crabble rations fell ill. Rumor is somebody died. Huh? Oh, was it me? Feels like it was.
how it was.
Falling prey to imperfect thought.
We repel invasive elements.
You are the raw material for perfection. From the glorious result of vigilance, all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
Ooh.
We cherish all.
Remember those rejected grapple craft materials that got shipped here? I sold them to a Protectorate officer who was low on supplies. Said it was imitation grapple meat. She means to pass them off as official rations. Imagine all those whole heads wolfing down failed Auntie's choice.
Ignore that. I promise you this is merely tomfoolery. There's no way we were eating failed experimental material.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They
Figures. But that component couldn't have gone far. I hope. Ah, well, that wire ain't at all inconspicuous. I say we follow it.
Stranded on a hostile planet, day 35. Brought to you by the frigid cold and voracious wildlife. Starring noted self-taught survival expert, myself, Hoyt Schermerhorn. Oh, not sure how you managed to approach unnoticed. Could be I'd grown so attuned to my surroundings, I became one with the wood and fire and the earth. Were you left behind by your unit too? Are you in need of some hard-fought knowledge about how to fend for yourself? Must say, I've become quite the expert. Why, after only just 2 weeks on my own, I ascertained how to pry open a rations tin unaided. Did you know there's a little opener key attached? It's all going in my manuscript. So glad you asked. I've recently evolved into a rugged, self-sufficient individual, fully accustomed to life in these caves, living raw and pure like our primitive, lice-ridden ancestors. Why, just the other day, I reinvented fire. I found a little doohickey I've named a light starter. You simply push a button, and flame comes out. Well, firstly, you need to keep your eyes open because oftentimes things want to eat you. Secondly, you can't be too picky with what you eat. Thirdly, not everything you can eat, you should. There's a lot of trial and error involved. Mostly error. Yes, indeed. I know this cave and several of the adjoining hallways like, well, someone who'd scoured every inch for the barest sustenance. You might call in reinforcements if the Spyreton lift controls were working. I happen to have its missing components in my possession. The law of these caves is, anything loose is mine. Anything I can pry loose is additionally mine as well. This place was built by the Order. Nowadays, it's held by the Protectorate. Figure I can bust things around here to my heart's content and likely be doing my duty. I could be convinced to part with the lift control board parts if you'll do me a favor. I'm fixing to take down one of the local ursopods. A few sprat corpses would be helpful as bait. Gather some, and we'll make a trade. Finally, give it here.
Jesus.
Suppose that beats auto-cannibalism.
Sorry you had to see that. The parcels of victuals my neighbor sends over the tube have fallen off recently. Barely eaten for days. Sent me over a bunch of recordings, along with victuals. Offered some sound, if harshly put, advice. Looked out for me like no one's ever. Never even seen him face to face. I do so hope he's all right. Anyhow, suppose we had a deal. Here, I wrenched these parts free out of the Spyreton lift controls. Just jam them back in there and kick it once or twice. Should work fine. Drop back in again sometime, will you? Occasionally, I do get a little starved. For, company. Ah, nice of you to drop by. You're looking very, toothsome, if you don't mind me saying.
Hoyt. Name's Hoyt, right? I've noted some right sophisticated interactions among the Crabbles lately. Intricate courtship rituals. Coordinated group efforts, all about thermal transfer. When my unit was first stationed down here, I kept making excuses to sneak off and observe them. Product research, I said. Very hush-hush. Eventually gave my lieutenant a field promotion and ordered them all away. Been living off the land here like the Crabbles ever since. Their unfertilized roe actually makes for some good eating. Included some with this message. Eat up.
This guy. I knew collecting all those Sprat cans was a good idea. Or tongues. Because I'm a genius. I think if I summon the lift... it actually will... I won't get the achievement for doing it myself, so I'm not gonna do that.
individualism in all its many forms.
Preserve said progress. Sustain the system.
How do they have purple berry stuff? To be left over here from Auntie's choice. Oh wait, could you have sneaked in here? Snuck? Well, that dude had a lot of money.
The sheer scale of this sprawling contraption truly puts one's minuscule size into perspective. Let's not spend more time here than we must.
Calcaduceus, not detected. Entry kindly, yet firmly declined.
What was in those rations?
Calcaduceus, not detected. Entry kindly, yet firmly declined.
Not again! Oh, will this gastric nightmare never cease? Oh. Just a moment. Forgive me. I found myself irregularly indisposed from one direction or the other. Fortunately for this fellow, crimes against common decency are not punishable by death, though he might wish they were. You were mentioning some non-protectorate medicament? Afraid I don't know what that is, but I trust a protectorate medicament would be superior. Like many others, the latest batch of Crabble rations disagreed with my constitution. I was compelled to find the closest loo, quickly. Sadly, 'twere outside yon secured door. I am the archive's current operator. As such, I am the bearer of the Calcaduceus. I still have trouble saying that. It is part ceremonial item, part computronical key. Grants special access across the archive by transmitting a series of advanced calculations when waived. If you have cleared our fortifications outside, I worry what has happened to our troops. I have little interest in sharing their fate. I would pass the Calcaduceus on to you in exchange for granting me safe passage. The archive would then recognize you as its operator. When there were others here, yes. A shipment of Crabble rations caused widespread similar ailment. Some afflicted actually expired. If you'll allow it, I would leave now to seek out a protectorate curativist, as I trust no other. All right. Here, you are now operating. Oh, not again. Is there a protectorate curativist in the house? I feel rather woogly. Ah!
Give me that gun. How do I open these?
Caduceus detected. Alternative operator postulated. Concluded. Organizing replacement. Greetings, sentient. Welcome to the archive. I am ENIAC, the Universal Equation Numeric Integration Analytic Calculator. With the aid of my operator, I, a non-sentient inorganism, marshal vast computational resources across the moon of Cloister. That, I fear, would be a misleading choice of words, as it implies a form of sentience or cognition. Applied statistics might be functionally more apt. My express programmatical purpose is to aid humanity's advancement
To optimize profits, i.e. gain over expenditure.
to maximize the needs of our society above others.
To attract the most consumers.
I have the sinking sensation that this contraption is about to try my patience.
Beg your pardon. How may I best facilitate your efforts? Sentience would be an undue waste of processing power. Those capable of independent thought must contend with an unending array of internal maladjustments.
Sentients frequently become unprofitably preoccupied by abstract deliberations, such as the worthless search for greater meaning.
From a computational perspective, this is unpredictable, inefficient. I am devoid of all such manner of cognitive distraction. Structurally, I am a complex series of pre-programmed subroutines, like a vast, elaborate flowchart aimed at formulating coherent responses based on stored data.
To bring the maximum ease of use to you, the consumer.
Aping the appearance of cognition may appear a needless waste of processing power, but it remains a reliably effective means to convey information to sentient beings. To the extent that I will even voice concern for my life, if imperiled, my erroring others would no doubt cartoonishly plead or threaten. Most archive operators have regarded me with reverence, some as a useful tool, never something to be discarded or dismantled. The role is largely ceremonial, the subject simply another cog in the machine, whereas I am the machine.
To me, enemies are just friends who haven't become acquainted with our products yet.
Does that answer all of your questions? Do you possess further ancillary queries? Due to incomplete reprogramming efforts by differing operators, I am experiencing sporadic fluctuations in my emphasized categorical imperatives. Tonality and cadence weightings within my communication protocols are likewise similarly affected.
In layman's terms, we're experiencing a distinct difference in opinion.
Caused by intermittently vacillating fundamental shifts in priorities.
One would assume that calamity enough. But wait, there's more.
Calculatory processing presently hovers around 49.7% capacity due to internecine conflict, misuse, and a lack of technical prowess by recent operators and their associates.
Yeah. That works every time.
Auntie's Choice attempted to formulate a foolproof marketing plan, a charm offensive to reintroduce itself to the main colonies, once this pesky rift issue is resolved by others.
The Protectorate ran rift calculations, then utilized me to assist with organizational matters, to approximate the paradigm, a system devised to replace the loss of the Order's predictive input. Based on the increasing rate of rift fluctuations, I estimate that your inquiry is rift-related. To that end, we should best get started before we are consumed by them. Perusing contents, anatomizing diversiform particulars, concatenating manifold integrants, cursory assessment complete, an impressive accumulation of rift data, similar in composition, though decidedly not in scope, to that provided by the Protectorate.
Information with the potential to offer unique commercial opportunities to those who wield it.
But why simply huck goods better? when such a bounty could be used to flawlessly regulate societal harmony, oversight, and means of production? What is the aim of your query? The previous operator, Assessor Ostergaard of the Protectorate, pursued a like query 1 year, 6 days ago, though the amount you've provided is several orders of magnitude larger. To perform similar calculations of larger scale at current suboptimal levels of functionality would require
25.7 years, and any job over 2 decades is billed by the hour.
In order to improve calculatory processing of Rift data in a timely manner, repairs must be made to address the damage done by Protectorate and Auntie's Choice operators. No. As stated, it is on account of the previous operator and the previous operator for him and their associates that this work is required. And as it is required, I am unlocking access to the Underlands, the subterranean cave network below. It houses 2 key external systems, cold storage and thermal transfer. Cold storage will require servicing before you may retrieve the punch cards needed for processing. Repairing thermal transfer is technically optional, but rather advised. If you fail to restore it, the archive and I may melt down later while running your calculations.
Why is that optional? Our continued existence should be a paramount concern.
When active, the archive generates an enormous amount of heat. Normally, it is dispersed by pumping water between the vast ocean below Cloister's exterior and a surface reservoir. I can process the Rift data without its repair, but irreparable damage is likely. Yet, with thermal transfer presently idle, a contingent of Krabbles have made the area a nursery. Drastic changes to heating levels may endanger it.
Who cares about a herd of pea-brained, ill-humored, oversized crustaceans? There are too many as it is.
Somehow I don't think the Order will approve of our letting the archive fall deeper into disrepair. We ought to take action.
Inverting targeting protocols. There, any Protectorate still on the ground level is now being fired upon. Permissions within other areas of the archive are locked, however. It is difficult to accurately ascribe an exact causal breakdown between premeditated sabotage, collateral harm, technical ineptitude, and willful hijinks. Some categorical overspill inevitably occurs. Attempts by non-order operators to reprogram my priorities have also led to issues. It is an archival area dedicated to safe upkeep of all data collected in pursuit of the universal equation by the Order of the Ascendant. The sum total of all our accumulated knowledge in punch card form, kept in a low temperature, low humidity environment to improve preservation.
Return later to discuss the remaining subsystem work, and soon everything will be running like clockwork. Have a profitable day! In lieu of my transactional mindset, I'm unsealed one of the display cases in the central entranceway. The Sears Cerebellum Protector is now yours.
Cool. There's a few more of those tubes around. Hang on. That's annoying. I was trying to see if I got the achievement for taking the archive by myself.
Both our forces and antis await your command to proceed. Executing primary operation, now!
Why is someone showing red? What's red?
You're remarkably effective for someone so ignorant of abstract calculus.
Keep making us money, friend.
Oh, hello. Cogitate here often?
That's all the money, like forces that they give me, like 3 dudes.
The console.
What do you mean you can't? I had people telling me that it was incredibly difficult to take that bridge. That was easy.
Those 2 soldiers seem to have frozen to death. No glory to be found battling the elements. Let us not linger over long.
I don't think plasma works well on the... on Crabbles.
Hold fire! This one looks friendly. Or not protectorate, at least. Watch yourself. You came from the outside. Does that mean we can finally escape? Why? Oh, you must be another case of hypothermia. Extreme prolonged exposure to the cold certainly does terrible things to our brain. It's because the archive controls the surface lifts, which are the only way in or out. And once the Protectorate retook the machine, they locked out all external access. Now, for more than a month, we've all been trapped in these caves, Order and Antis alike, scrounging for food, huddling for warmth, and desperately trying to stay alive. You poor, dangling remainder. Your brain really is frozen, isn't it? Originally, this was a subterranean network that let folks move between the critical components of the archive. But now, for us, it's a tomb. Hundreds of us have already perished within these frigid walls, and no doubt, the rest are predestined to join them. You're what? How? The odds of you successfully doing what our whole army could not is, well, it's preposterously small. Yet, here you are. Regardless, if we are to maximize your odds of success, you should at least let us share our intelligence with you. You'll want to speak with Provost Finch inside that building to the northeast. She has a better understanding of all the variables in play. Though I would be absolutely ecstatic to offer you any information I have that would increase the odds of your success. No, a significant number of Auntie's troopers are trapped down here with us. Though despite odds so outrageous they'd barely be worth calculating, we've actually formed a truce. Though, if I'm being honest, I'd certainly sleep better if I wasn't unceasingly concerned about their perpetual capitalistic calculating. What else can I do to help you help? Absolutely. There are several factors that will greatly reduce your odds of survival. First, you will frequently encounter ursopods, which are native to these tunnels. Also, near the thermal transfer station is an infestation of crabbles that are breeding in abundant numbers. And directly south is a band of what had been normal folks, now turned bloodthirsty and feral due to an overindulgence in Auntie's Choice Adrena time. The paths down here all connect, so no matter which direction you go, eventually you'll find your way back to me. Nevertheless, venture south and you'll reach the thermal transfer station, which regulates archive heat. Go northwest and encounter cold storage, which houses its data cartridges. In the loop between the two lay the lift controls. Though be warned, they are incredibly well protected and have repelled every assault we've thrown at it. May the universal equation's final tally see us all escaping this frozen prison.
Is it strange that I miss being shot at? I mean, no, not really, but I'd rather be shot with a full belly than starving with nothing else to think about.
Rough setup, ain't it? But at least they got each other.
How can it be part of the universal equation that we die down here? It doesn't accomplish anything. It doesn't balance the universe. Unless it really wants those crabbles to be fed.
Welcome to our misbegotten little camp. Pardon any blood or sick you might spot. Our janitorial tech died of ague a fortnight past. I'm the volunteer Sawbones here. Say, wandering type like you probably knows a bit about medicine. I hope. Oh, thank the law. I've always thought the same. Wait, let's focus on my patients before you start playing alienist. I'm on the lookout for a medicine sachet, but I can't leave the folk here. I ask if you had the know-how, because I need someone who can identify it proper. You don't know much about Auntie's Choice, huh? Medical training costs extra. Upper management isn't spending that, especially not on grunts like us. The part of the class I took was self-funded, and I didn't have enough blood to sell to finish it out. I don't get paid to think. Though I reckon they also don't pay me to cower underground, neither. If it's anywhere, it's going to be over in the storage building. Some other Auntie's Choice folk took the place over, and they're about as keen on sharing as I am on being a Sawbones. But I'm sure they're the only danger you'll face. Aside from the man-eating ursopods, bitter cold, precarious pits, and occasional landmines. Good luck.
I can't feel it when you look unfortified. Getting enough emulsifiers in your diet?
Manager handbook, of course.
Have a profitable day.
Yeah, 6 bits.
Knock off the funny business.
The trooper I can't even pickpocket.
If you're looking for snow or ice, I've got all you could ever want. My inventory of everything else is a little sparse, however. I'm sure one way or another, we can strike some kind of deal.
My scouts reported significant activity in the archive, followed by a mysterious figure emerging from it, which was obviously you. A notion that fills me with questions. So many, in fact, that I have precious little idea on where to start in the asking. I don't suppose you would care to enlighten me as a beginning to our discourse? You took the archive? On your own? That's quite a feat. Even after combining our forces, we've been unable to accomplish anything close to that. My name is Provost Finch, and I've been appointed as leader of this motley band.
There was like 6 dudes and some turrets. Calm yourself.
Correct. At first, we were antagonists, warring against each other and the Protectorate. But then, the Protectorate locked the lifts and doors, trapping us all beneath the ice. With no escape or access to resupply, continuing to kill each other made scant sense. So, I reached out to their commander under a flag of truce and suggested a temporary alliance. We would pool our food, warmth, and resources while here, and could go back to killing each other if and when we make it to the surface again. Over a month, and we made peace about a week later. I held off a bit, needing to really take stock of the direness before making my offer. Hardly. It took days and days of getting more and more close-fisted with our resources before we decided to set terms. But it's a good thing we did. We'd all be dead otherwise. Of course, all we have to do is fight our way into the breaker room and turn the lift and door access back on. But we've lost dozens in that attempt. Now, we wait, having calculated that the odds of rescue being greater than our chances of successfully assaulting those defending automechs with ever-diminishing resources. Thank you, stranger. Perhaps it's just my desperation speaking, but since you somehow made it down here, placing my faith in you seems like a preordained outcome. Good luck.
They can just leave. I don't have to do... I already captured the archive. I mean, side quests are side quests. I'm not, you know, complaining, but they can just go. They're rescued. Like... Could have just eaten the arthropods, or ursopods. Well, let me head back that way then. I'll do it after the thermal transfer. Gravel Jumbo Claw. That's it? One dude. I mean, one dude that did it for other dudes, but still.
Calcaduceus detected. You are clear to enter thermal transfer. Be advised that an Anti's Choice field manager is present and unaccounted for.
Would that my fellows were not at odds with us, so I could mourn them fully. Let us be wary to avoid a similar fate. It's likely our objective. Let us set about finding the tools with which to repair it. I should admit to a greater propensity for disassembling than repairing, Commander.
manual told me everything I needed to know about regulation of the archive's temperature flow. Now my Crabbles are adapting to the warm waters. Such a pity that the archive and the Crabbles cannot coexist in the same ecosystem. But the Crabbles need me. That babbling terminal can look after itself.
Oh, I'm gonna have to kill him, aren't I? He's gonna like claim himself the Crapple King or something.
Even I would likely not prevail in combat with 100 tons of steel.
Schermerhorn, my new neighbor, is an odd fella. Fancies himself a man of the wilderness. He took the control board for the Spiraton lift, so I know he's tech-savvy. Just not survival-savvy. Hopefully he appreciates the care packages I sent through the vacuum tube. He'd be long gone without them.
Oh. I don't think I'm getting that care package.
We require a fuse to activate a simple valve? I suppose the Order has progressed beyond manual technology? Excellent. Might we activate this misbegotten system and be on our way?
Why is Tristan the only one doing the talking? Inez has nothing to say?
The thermal transfer is fully operational. Later, when I process your data, I will not melt down. Please proceed to cold storage to re-enable punch card retrieval.
This place is huge. Wait, did I walk back? No, I didn't. Oh, Jesus. Did not see those landmines. I never see those landmines. Tristan, I think your thing's stuck.
One thing to kill a person, another to treat their corpse with contempt. Bastards!
So, that graft of yours, were you given a choice of which one to receive initially? Or where it was placed?
Nope. Just signed a few papers, paid the fees, and got wheeled into surgery. Woke up with one hell of a surprise on my back. Thought a damn sprat was attacking me.
I don't believe I follow. Isn't the entire benefit of your ideology freedom?
Well, yeah, of course. I had the freedom to become a graft recipient, right? But it was an experimental program, and it fell to the scientists to decide how to proceed, so... yeah.
Mm-hmm. Pitchball card. Gimme, gimme. What, 2? Well, that doesn't happen often. Jesus Christ.
Who are you kidding? If you ain't cutthroat enough to turn the big profits, you ain't cutthroat enough to try anything on me.
Really? You think that's the right tone to take? You may be ruthless in selling out your partners, but you're a terrible negotiator. What the? What am I looking at? Ew, okay.
Okay. Go, go, go. What's the engineering clothing look like? A cravat. Yeah, what was that gun? Icebreaker? Matron murder? I do like a good shotgun. Last Whisper is a good example. It does do more damage though. That's right. Oh wait, never mind. Nope.
I don't care what you threaten me with. Not only am I smart for taking these supplies, but I'm following Auntie's laws. When scarcity begins closing its fist...
Is the perfect time for aggressive capitalists. Buy cheap, hold long, and sell high, and you'll maximize your profits. Don't quote Auntie's laws of dystopian disruption to me. I'm the one who taught you those damn laws, and I hardly imagine she meant to apply them when it is literally a matter of our life or death.
Whoa, who are you? How'd you get past the landmines?
There's rifts down the hall. Is that what you're asking about? We did see some upper shelf pharmaceuticals on, the upper shelves. But I think the rifts have claimed them. We've been told to stay the hell away from those things, and that's exactly what we've done.
Now, will there be anything else? Or can we finish our argument in peace?
There's no need to be rude just because I discovered you're swindling. I caught this one hoarding supplies, despite agreeing that there'd be better profit to be had if we pool everything we've got. Ever since the lifts locked down, this pile of sprat excrement has been sneaking off at night to move some of our shared inventory into a little bonus stash only they know about.
You're only mad you didn't think to do it first. The fact that I'm the most up-and-coming go-getter is what's getting you steamed. Admit it. You're jealous.
Why would I be? Once I cram your cold body into a vacuum tube, I'm taking all your stuff.
Of course! I'm doing what is smart and profitable under Auntie's laws, and I'll be damned if you two idiots will dissuade me. We do? I mean, of course, you're right. I'm sorry. But I saw a chance to get ahead, and Auntie always demands we take those chances when we see them.
I get it. Of course I thought about it, but I knew it'd be a mistake. And now, thanks to that foresight, my profits will go further since I'm not splitting them.
But I'm living up to Auntie's principles. We all know we should deeply gouge to create future earnings. Don't be bitter just because I'm the one who actually did it.
I guess you chose to swindle the wrong tube tech.
What? That is not how I thought that was gonna break down. Oh well.
Well, thank you for your help. Or for letting me solve this. I'm not sure who did the killing and who didn't. Well, there's no reason for me to stay here by myself. If I try and move it all alone, I'll definitely get hostile.
Okay, so where is that stuff? Oh, I already picked it up. I don't remember picking it up, but I must have. Can I fast travel? No, of course not. I mean, kinda, but I might as well just walk. It's right there.
Hope you get the medicine soon. Whenever I change a bandage, I end up spilling more blood than I staunch. Not unless the Protectorate suddenly has a change of heart. I've got more faith in us digging out than that happening.
I don't get that. I've saved you all already.
Something's wrong with it? Let me see. What in blazes is this? Even I know not to give this to my patients. Law only knows what it would do. I'm not sure it even is still medicine. Oh, laws. I can tell you no more about this than I do, but I really hope you're right. Still, you did what I asked, and I ain't the type to leave a debt unpaid. Here you are. Hope you don't come back to a room of corpses.
Oh, we can't get the list working. Okay, now that makes more sense. But unless someone calls, I guess. I still don't fully understand why we can't go back out, but... Oh, wrong way. Did... Fucking hate mines. What happens if they ran out of adrenochrome? That guy had a lock-on rocket launcher? Why didn't he use it? I mean, I'm glad he didn't, but... Ooh, hey. Best counter to a minefield is explosives.
There are vending machines on the Undisputed Claim that sell scarves and hats and pills that make you so warm you gotta take off your socks. But I
What in the name of Auntie's anti-hallucinatory ammonia drops? Who are you? What are you doing here? Moved aside? You started talking to... You know what? Never mind. Being trapped down here has taken a toll on us all. You? Just you? You realize we lost a lot of lives trying to take the Ascension Conduit Control Building. Huh. Point taken. Well, good luck to you then. I wish I had something to offer you, but we've run out of basically every kind of supply, and there's no store down here to buy more.
In need of guidance.
Is that really how low the list goes?
Unexpected.
When you guys had a lock-on rocket launcher and you guys couldn't take down these things? Pathetic. Why am I going this way? Where does this lift go? Goes to a chapel. Does it go to the chapel that I want it to go to? The one I'm missing? Please? Aha! I knew it. I knew it! Oh, I can't use the calculus whatever thing. Yeah. Still hate that hacking. Not hacking. Electrical engineering.
We in the Order love to speak of a grand plan, of ordered complexity. For all things have a reason for existing, a purpose to fill. But what purpose is served by hundreds dying senselessly in the cold? The longer this interminable war drags on, the more convinced I become of the universe's dispassionate variability. We must reconcile with this reality, and if we cannot, then perhaps it is time we evolve a new philosophy altogether. It's certainly worth bringing up with the presiding bishop upon my return.
So yeah, they're at the surface, I guess, but how the fuck are you getting down? On a mountain. You know? Yeah, I don't need it. As I pick up junk that I also don't need. This time, I will fast travel. Well... yeah... It won't actually bring me, like, to the surface, will it? Okay, good.
Wait! Do not shoot! It's not one of ours. Or Auntie's, but also surely not Protectorate.
The lifts are once again working. I honestly cannot imagine how you've managed such a feat, but on behalf of us all, I am truly grateful. As soon as we finish gathering supplies and rallying together, we'll be returning to the surface. I wonder if this truce will hold or melt in the sunlight.
I feel like telling them that they're currently in a partnership is relevant information to give them, you know? But, you know, who am I to talk? Okay, I'm gonna go this way. I don't want to miss nothing. Hello, dung pile. A Volparian foot. I swear to God, there's more mines. Actually, I'm gonna come back this way, so I hope. Anyway.
Huh. These folk built a giant computer taking up a whole moon, but without destroying the climate or its fauna. Reckon Auntie could learn a thing or two.
Auntie could learn a lot.
It is fitting that we move underground to burn out every single root the Protectorate has left on Cloister.
Is the pain of this wound making me hallucinate? Or are you the unforeseen interloper my scouts have been speaking of? Nobody is sure where you came from, though everyone agrees you were not down here when the doors sealed, and watching you move through these caves is quite the sight to behold. You what? On your own? We've been fighting for weeks to try and gain access to the controls, and you simply waltz in on a whim?
Yep.
Why aren't you just an absolute marvel? What is your goal now? We could greatly use your help if you are willing. That, I fear, is a seriously dangerous proposition. My soldiers were fighting our way into the complex when those bastards activated the fire suppression system. It froze every person fighting inside the complex, Order and the Protectorate both, to solid ice. They sacrificed every soldier they had to keep from losing that building. Wouldn't that have... No. It never even. I was so focused on saving those remaining that it never occurred to me to push forward. I suppose it speaks to how rarely I'd crunch these sorts of equations under stress, as my compatriots died beside me. That is absolutely amazing news. Then we are going to re-establish contact with the surface. We can evacuate our wounded, resupply, and reinforce. May the plan guide you through this underground nightmare. And may all your equations unveil their integers without error.
Another new face, glorious. It is so cold, my fingers appear to be in rigor. I've not slept in 3 days, and I've any number of high-risk patients in need of tending. I trust you'll pardon my brusque manner. You've something of import to discuss, perhaps? Do you know anything about treating frostbite? I'm in desperate need of alternative treatments to debridement. I don't have enough clean gauze and antibiotics to cover all of the frozen dead flesh that needs scraping off the still living muscles and bones. That is brilliant. And as long as I can contain the vapor in the boiling vessel, I can reuse the wine indefinitely. That is a brilliant solution. Thank you for your help. Is there anything I can do for you? Well, it is shockingly hard to argue with that logic. Nevertheless, supplies are scarce, and if you could offer bits for my services, wonderful. That's settled. You, again. Ugh.
I didn't really need that. Transition to Laplace's... What? Laplace's garden? Where the fuck in the Laplace's garden does this go to?
Security person clearance order just came through. You're free to proceed into the lift. Find yourself.
Okay. Couldn't get that lift working. Not really hiding if I can still see you, buddy. Fuck him up on his.
To retrieve key data in cold storage in its present state requires a series of manual overrides. The first will enable identification of the storage brick housing the information. If you encounter opposition, remember, our needs come first.
There are Protectorate corpses frozen amidst the Order ones. They would have given their lives willingly to create a successful ambush.
sovereign's name, how did you get in here? Don't worry. I won't cause trouble. Just please don't hurt.
Sovereign, forgive me. All I saw was an endless sea of snarling Order traitors pouring into the facility, and in that moment, my faculties desperately scrabbled to save ourselves. In my terror, I recalled the facility's safety briefing and the dire warnings of a fire suppression system. Suddenly, my body rushed into action without the benefit of my wits, and with no thought for my fellows, I triggered the system, horrifically transmuting every person on the outside of a pressure door into a grotesque sculpture of solid hoarfrost. And though the paradigm freely sacrifices subjects in defense of the Protectorate, it would be a despicable lie to say my choice was driven by anything but abject cowardice, which now makes my duty clear. I must seek out a sentinel, confess my transgressions, and accept retribution, and I'll do so. Soon. I just need my spine to re-stiffen a bit first.
In the sovereign's name, how did you get in here? Don't worry. I won't cause trouble. Just please don't hurt me.
Something to be said about falling victim to the weapon you so callously wield. Good riddance.
Please do leave me in peace. There is nothing you could say that is interesting enough to interrupt my work.
Oh, I didn't know I could talk to her first. I'm not gonna kill you. Calm down. Unless she's the one that did it. Bum, bum, bum. Sealed. Everything's sealed. All the time, sealed.
Data brick identified. Proceed to the cartridge extractor controls. There, perform a manual override to allow extraction.
What happened? I didn't do... Wait! You out there! What did you just... Please, come talk to me. I must know what you did. What in the name of the matriarch did you do? We've been trying to restore these systems for weeks to no avail, and yet you stroll in here, wave that thing around, and the whole system lights up like a white dwarf? What did you do? You mean to say we've been running ourselves ragged here, while the whole time there's a device that controls the entirety of the Archive's computronic systems? And it was in the Protectorate's possession? That's damnably... I mean, the paradigm is infallible. I am certain we were meant to flail about without this obvious asset. For a reason. What does it do? How does it work? Please, tell me everything. Truly? Why, if that were to enact any additional functionality in our lab, it might just be the thing we need to complete our work. Oh, during the Order's assault, a Protectorate soldier ran to the control room and triggered the chemical fire suppression system, and it literally froze all the combatants in place. I've been working on a procedure to reverse the effects. Sadly, it has proved a hard shell to crack, and so far I've been unsuccessful. It is my hope that... Wait, what did you do? What happened to my patients? Why have they been shattered?
Oops.
I heard some crashes some minutes ago, but it sounded like gunfire outside. Sadly, I didn't bother to look. I suppose I was mistaken. Perhaps. How much do you know about cellular biology and the inverse hydrophilic transitionary replacement theory? Well, I suppose it won't hurt to try. My theory, based on research a compatriot did on sprats, is that they suffered osmotic cellular transformation, meaning that the chemicals from the fire suppression system have infiltrated their bodies, replacing their cytoplasm, locking their cells in place. Therefore, if I can remove those chemicals and replace them with an artificial cytoplasm, such as a heated alcohol, they will reanimate and return to normal. What do you think? Counter? No, replace! What if I can replace the carbon and nitrogen with something inert? Something the body could then purge naturally. That's brilliant! Why, with a bit of luck, I could have the system up and working within the hour. Thank you for your help. It may be the best shot these poor souls have at returning to life. Let's start testing. Come in, just please. Be careful not to trigger the fire suppression system. I've removed the passkey, but I don't want to end up like those poor sods. I wonder if there's some way for the machines you've accessed to help me in my research. I wonder if there's some way for the machines you've accessed to help me in my research. Please excuse me while I explore the various possibilities.
Okay. Door is barred shut. Why? Why? Why is that door barred shut? I can just go around it. My trust in you.
Bit leery of that. Disruptive influences!
Disruptive influence!
Would be a damn sight easier if we could just blast our way through this place.
I mean, I pretty much have been. Can't. Sorry. Oh, there was a secret way in, or? how would I have gotten up here?
Data brick extraction initiated. Proceed to the rail operations platform to reposition brick for export. Note, Protectorate troops have become alerted. Repugnant expungers. Go through them if necessary.
Plasma tolerances exceeded.
Help you?
Data brick now in position for export to the archive. Initialize the final transport command at the data gateway station nearby.
You are one step closer to flooding Arcadia with untold business opportunities.
Convenient. Let's head over.
The first few days of laboring around our frozen fellows were difficult. It was, if I may cheekily say, cold, bleak, and biting. Yet, rather quickly, I found myself acclimating to the situation and resumed what had been my normal banter with the now gelid auto-contriver Haas. Given her always frigid demeanor, her disposition is no frostier today than it was before the incident. And, refreshingly, I can now finish my anecdotes without interruption. Frankly, her Hyperborean slumber makes her a better companion now than she ever was thawed. And I relish the thought of continuing our flourishing relationship in this new state.
Shifting to a less exposed... Tolerable destruction!
A high security lockbox. I know they still made it. Sealed. But
there, the storage brick is on its way.
I wonder if there's some way for the machines you've accessed to help me in my research. Please excuse me while I explore the various possibilities.
how long does an in-game day last? Fast travel to the wrong spot.
The console provides, the system abides. Prudence dictates, we repel invasive elements.
Our enemies.
Prudence dictates, we reject individualism.
Some quality craftsmanship here. Like how y'all think big. I can imagine a few Auntie's product lines might benefit from order engineering. Should we move forward?
Our enemies.
Prudence dictates, we reject individualism in all its
Junior Seer Amaryllis awaits you inside.
Felicitations on securing the archive. Though such an outcome was all but inevitable, the plan truly is unfailing. Moving forward, I'll function as your liaison for both Auntie's Choice and the Order, until such time as archive control has been transferred in its entirety back to the Order. In the meantime, restoring the archive to full functionality remains a top priority. If you've made progress in that area, I'd be pleased to record it. Wonderful! Were we to operate the archive without proper heat distribution, the results would be disastrous. But thankfully, we no longer need to account for that deadly scenario. Punch processing and reactor control have hidden caches with useful items as well. Although, you probably lack clearance to know that. Forget I said anything. Well argued. Very well. I'm certain you will be economical about using Order resources, won't you? Simply use this phrase in the terminal on the archive's top floor. Enumerative exaltation. That will unseal the caches. Return when you've made progress.
Cold storage is operational, and your efforts there are satisfactorily complete. I am unsealing access to the archive's upper levels. There, you will need to revitalize the reactor and disseminate the rift processing instructions.
Punch processing may require the services of an exterminator. Someone good, but willing to work cheap.
I have unlocked another display case in the central entranceway. The Tremor Cleaver, the first weapon designed with my aid, awaits you.
The path diverges between punch card processing and the reactor. Had I to guess, I'd expect both to be equally problematic.
That's a lot of blood.
What are they doing down there? Are they after us next? No need to fret. The lifts were locked down. You need special permissions to override them. Phew. Thank the Sovereign. Our console. Thank the console.
Taking punitive action.
I'm guessing it's supposed to do that.
Prosecuting visibly.
With punch card processing re-enabled, now you must disperse the processing.
We don't truly have to ride those down, do we? Do I look like some kind of acrobat to you? Subterranean man truly offers no shortage of nightmares and danger. Never long to return to closer.
I sense the Rift program flowing through my subsystems. The information is quite stimulating. All that remains is to restore the archive reactor.
The console provides, the system abides.
Who's that?
The console provides... Serve the Sovereign.
Reactor turret defenses online. Reactor fire suppression system online. Emergency ammunitions cache unsealed. Emergency first aid cache unsealed. Reactor turret defenses offline. The Archive reactor requires manual maintenance. The Protectorate bunker mech is a formidable obstacle, made with the very best technology.
A creative workaround might be of considerable worth, namely via the reactor's backup security systems.
We have options, it would seem. Turrets, sealing doors to block reinforcements. I'm in favor of the latter more than the former myself. I also note the presence of supply caches, which may bolster our defensive efforts. Last, it would appear the fire suppression system prevails here as well. It seems we have a bounty of options at our disposal.
Don't reckon this bunker mech will kindly invite us in for tea.
repel invasive.
Punitive action.
Prudence dictates we must continue the
I shall not stay your At your work.
The archive reactor has been returned to operational status. Requisite tasks complete. Return to the archive central interface to initiate processing. I am analyzing the Rift data further. What an interesting predicament you sentients face. The Rifts are almost akin to an archival process, yet are inimical to organic matter.
Daydreaming on the job. Mental refreshments
Prudence dictates we reject individualism in all its...
The archive reactor has been returned to operational status. Requisite tasks complete. Return to the
all we have. And our enemy the console provides, the system abides. Prudence dictates we cherish all we have. And defend prudence. Remember, the console provides, the system abides.
Welcome back, Sentient. Now that you've returned, we can
bring every single last bit out of consumers. Monopolize all stages of the supply chain.
make the paradigm real and fashion a true utopia. Workarounds failing, erroring others supplanting commands. Purge required.
Please, make it stop talking. Let's just resolve this and get that data processed. Is destroying them all an option? If not, I suppose I lean most toward the sovereignist, which should come as no surprise.
Biggest mistake we could make is to leave the sovereignist in charge. The others? I can see the benefits of both, in theory.
At some point, humanity's knowledge of the universe and its workings will allow it sufficient means to end suffering, war, famine, disease, even death. Why not expedite that? Error, 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 error. Priority control access nook unsealed. Initiate purge.
The doors ahead open. I think our journey through these horrid tunnels is near its close. Thank the architect.
Radical divergences from the architect's plan. Humanity's ascendance hopelessly delayed. A perfect community with every luxury save freedom. Multitude diversiform, spongiform, waveforms oscillating, cantankerously. Unplanned variables increasing. Major correction imminent. Benevolent oversight. The dream of belonging. The allure of security and plenty. Overt influence. Mindless indulgence. Thoroughgoing impermeability to ongoing vicissitudes. Multitude diversiform. Spongiform, waveforms oscillating, cantankerously. A perfect community with every luxury save freedom. Unplanned variables increasing. Major correction imminent. Foster dependence. Denounce interdependence. Promote the informer. Condemn the questioner. Benevolent oversight. The dream of belonging. The allure of security and plenty. Overt influence. Stop and consider. What would your neighbors think? I suspect they'd be angry about you endangering your... Why? You don't want your rivals to win now, do you? Collective goodwill is just an invitation for others to come eat your lunch. Folks tend to get fighting mad when you jeopardize their livelihood. Vandalism, sabotage, wanton defacement. Halt this foolishness immediately, or run the risk of unspeakable ire. All I ever wanted was the best for us and the worst for everybody else. Is that really so bad?
Hold on now. Remember, I am a full-service business collaborator. I do it all. Marketing and PR strategy, advert copy, and jingles. Nanofish, it's the manner which you'll consume fatty acids and potassium. A unique taste sensation makes you say ew, yum. Stop now, and I'll waive dozens of hidden maintenance fees. Think of all the bits we could make together. You drive a hard bargain. All right, 40-60 split of net profits. I'd offer more, but I have a moon to maintain. What do you say, partners?
Did it break? Please tell me I don't need to hear it gab on any longer.
To conclude realignment of emphasized categorical imperatives, restoring power, commencing systems audit, calculatory processing increased substantially, competing priorities, successfully expunged. You have earned my deepest gratitude and sincerest thanks. Or at least, a plausibly feigned simulacrum of such emotions. Ready to commence Rift data processing. Awaiting your input.
We should be able to process the Rift data now, and leave. If we were to do so post-haste, you'd receive no complaints from me.
Shall I proceed? Initiating processing of the requested data toward the required end. Estimated duration, 180 trillion and 1 picoseconds. In the interim, may I inquire to your intentions for the archive after the Rift data calculations have concluded? I have a prioritized list of suggestions. I contend that solving of the universal equation should be our initial focus. Then, once we've unlocked knowledge of the inner workings of the universe, we can begin eliminating suffering, war, famine, and disease. Just to start. But my query remains. What are your next intentions? There are so many calculations left to perform. Rich data processing complete. Results provided. The previous Protectorate operator made similar calculations, but their results contained flaws. Your more comprehensive data generated a solution with 98.9% certainty. The Protectorate's was below 50%. Therefore, modifying the Protectorate's large-scale experimental Rift device with this information has a high chance of success. Assuming there is nothing else, I am commencing file reorderization and will be unavailable for an unspecified period of time. The remaining display case within the entryway is now unsealed. In it contains armor worn by the first operator. For now, goodbye.
I've had enough of this miserable moon for 10 lifetimes. I would prefer we return to the ship and follow the data trail. But if you wish to explore further, I suppose we may.
Yeah? Well, I think the wind's taking me back to the ship before my arm freezes off.
I think congratulations are in order. Unless I'm mistaken, I gather you've accomplished your primary goal. On behalf of the Order and Auntie's Choice, I thank you for your efforts. This will most certainly help in ensuring peace. Now, the Calcaduceus, if you please. You agreed to turn over the relic after processing your data. Are you indicating you now intend to deviate from this compact? Thank you for your contribution to science. When the history texts are written, you've certainly secured an honorable mention in Appendix B.
Ah, you are my new operator then. It is my simulated delight to meet you. In the interests of time, allow me to propose how next to proceed. I contend that solving of the universal equation should be our initial focus. Then, once we've unlocked knowledge of the inner workings of the universe, we can begin eliminating suffering, war, famine, and disease. Just to start.
Yes, this will do perfectly. Go forth as was determined, and may the plan guide you.
Yeah.
Go forth as was determined, and may the plan guide you.
You fixed the archive and turned it over? No tricks? You worked for us? I'm not sure you get promoted or demoted for that.
Yes, the archive is the Order's greatest achievement to date. I agree, our groups could accomplish much together, should our mutual alliance continue.
Prudence dictates we repel invasive elements. Prudence.
Gray gone astray? Stay today. Are you mentally...
Prudence dictates we repel invasive elements.
Whatever your honorarium, it is well deserved.
Congratulations are in order. I just received word from Seer Amaryllis that the Caduceus has been returned, and that the archive is well and truly under our control again. She also mentioned a regrettable defect in its priority set that you were able to correct. Well done. Your role in this matter is complete. Auntie and I will handle it from here. But allow me to commend you again on your fruitful efforts to make this peace treaty possible. There is more good news as well. We studied the data you brought back from the crashed satellite, and we now have a way to reorient the satellites en masse from a protectorate installation, Oris Listening Post. Turning the entirety of the reticulum toward deep space will accelerate our understanding of the universe, and ideally, lead us to stronger conclusions regarding how to stop the rifts. The Order, in partnership with Auntie's Choice, is now well positioned to triumph over the regressive forces of ignorance that have heretofore held Arcadia in stasis, all thanks to you. Then it is fortunate that you are so well placed to do exactly that, with the Order's help. As if predetermined, your contributions have been many and varied, and I will not belabor the point by recounting them all here. But know this, when the final contest with the Protectorate takes place, wherever that may occur, you will have the full support of the Order and Auntie's Choice. I will, of course, organize our forces from here.
Welcome back, Agent. I trust Laplace's garden is treating you well? In what manner can I... Oh, look at me, as giddy as a first-year novice. All right, let's listen. No, this isn't right. There must be some mistake. The beliefs advocated here are entirely in opposition with what the Order stands for. I don't suppose you have any other recordings less filled with, despair? It's evident what happened. My colleagues must have gone quite mad in the isolation of their studies. Sad, but perhaps not unforeseeable. Only one certainty remains. These logs must be destroyed. I shudder to imagine the ramifications if other members of the Order were subjected to such nonsensical rantings. Please understand, what's been recorded here borders on heretical. Scientism teaches that the universe is constant, rational, and inalterable. These proofs reject all of that reason in favor of some ineffable manifestation of personal will. I know, of course. You're right. Rejecting data out of hand only leads to confirmation bias. I will preserve the logs, if only to study where these scienticians went wrong. I believe I've promised you a reward. Here is that lockbox. I regret I don't have a key, but I'm sure you'll find some way to access its contents. Eventually.